Good day. Here are the top stories of the Manila Times for Wednesday, March 2, 2022. Brought to you by Wilcon Depot, the country's leading home improvement and construction supplies retailer. Shop conveniently 24/7 with Wilcon Online Store. Just go to shop.wilcon.com.ph. The page 1 banner headline reads, ADB and World Bank see strong Philippine growth. The Asian Development Bank, or ADB, and the World Bank are optimistic that the Philippine economy will perform better this year, but noted that risks to growth include the emergence of the new COVID-19 variants and supply chain disruptions that may cause inflation to pick up. Next admin should continue build, says Diokno. Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas, Governor Benjamin Diokno has pitched policy recommendations to the next administration during a virtual forum organized by the Manila Times. Traffic jams back in Metro Manila. Traffic jams and outdoor crowds are back in the Philippine capital and 38 other cities and provinces on Tuesday after officials allowed businesses and public transport, including shopping malls, movie houses, and restaurants, to operate at full capacity as COVID-19 cases continue to drop with more vaccinations, officials said. Virus wave deepens grim plight of Hong Kong domestic workers. Janice Obiang stifled sobs as she packed goods to send to the Philippines, gifts for her loved ones she hadn't seen in years, as life for domestic workers and virus-hit Hong Kong went from bad to worse. Meanwhile, in other news, Ash Wednesday, pray for peace in Ukraine. The 40-day Lenten season begins with the observance today of Ash Wednesday, which the Catholic Church dedicated to the Ukraine. Like waking up from a nightmare. An infectious diseases specialist said on Tuesday some parts of the country moving into Alert Level 1 was like waking up from a nightmare wherein he felt that the virus was not going to end for him. OFWs in Japan hold Unity March for Marcos and Sara. Hundreds of overseas Filipino workers, or OFWs, took to the streets to back the candidacy of presidential candidate Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. and his running mate Davao City Mayor Sara Duterte Carpio. SC asked to stop Oplan Baklas. A school in Rojas City and some groups asked the Supreme Court, or SC, to declare as unconstitutional the application of the Commission on Elections Oplan Baklas, or the removal of electoral posters and paraphernalia on private property. In regional news, military launches bomb run versus DIMG. At least 2 members of the ISIS-inspired Dula Islamia Maute Group, or DIMG, were killed by the Armed Forces of the Philippines in Lanao del Sur on Tuesday. In world news, thousands of Aussies told to flee floods. Tens of thousands of people had been ordered to evacuate their homes by Tuesday, and many more had been told to prepare to flee as parts of Australia's southeast coast are inundated by the worst flooding in over a decade that has claimed at least 10 lives. Russian convoy masses near Kiev. Russian forces struck cities in eastern Ukraine and massed armored vehicles and artillery near the capital, Kiev, on Tuesday, as Western powers promised further sanctions to bring down Russia's economy. In business, domestic PMI hits 3-year high. The Philippine manufacturing sector returned to growth trajectory in February on the back of the solid expansion in output and new orders, IHS Markit said. And in sports, top teams Magnolia and Meralco clash. Magnolia and Meralco, the top 2 teams in the ongoing PBA Governors Cup, will be among the early squads to enjoy playing in front of a full-capacity crowd as the government eased the COVID-19 restrictions and placed the National Capital Region under Alert Level 1. Rigoberto Tiglao and Father Anilio Aquino are the featured columnists on the front page of the Times. Tiglao claims Comelec spokesman responsible for scandalous and illegal deal with Rappler. Father Aquino compares law and war. In the Times editorial, it is insisted that prospective candidates cannot ignore the climate. Read all about it. For more news and information, get a copy of the Manila Times on print, subscribe to our digital edition, or log on to www.manilatimes.net. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and keep up with the Times. With Eric John C. Kua, Paulo Dimapi, and Christian Maganoy, this is the Fort Villaseran reporting. Have a great week.